Hello guys, I am back for the Tuesday review, and I am just going to walk through my schedule with you today. If you caught my video this morning, I shared some of it. Today I had my oils class, so I was teaching a class on Facebook about essential oils, and that went really well. It was really fun. My kids are not being quiet and not being respectful and not going to sleep, so sorry. Guys, I am recording a video. You need to be quiet. It's been raining all day, so I think that they're kind of just crazy. Anyways, where were we? Yeah, so taught the oils class. It was lovely, and I love teaching about oils and just sharing the blessing that they are to my family and I, and to the people around us. And then I also had a client call, so I did that. Sorry, it's been a long day. This is real life, folks. Real life in the Roberts household. So I did my client call. I did the class. I got a ton of stuff done for myself and just the things that I needed to get done. Tomorrow, the little boys go to daycare. The big boys, big boy and big girl, are going to be going to with my sister, and so I need to make lunches today. That's one of the things that I do to help with our schedule, is to do lunches ahead of time. So I prep lunches on Tuesday nights. When the school year starts, I'll be prepping every night before school. That way, no matter what. Abraham, be quiet. No matter what our schedule and what our morning ends up looking like, everything's done, and I just have to grab it and go, which makes a big difference when you're grabbing 4 lunches instead of trying to make 4 lunches at the same time. So I will be prepping lunch, I guess, after little man decides to stay asleep, because he kind of does a sleep, eat, and not really sleeping before midnight or 11. So we'll see if I get that done. Aside from that, let's see what else. Oh, I had supper. So one of the other things I did was I batch ground beef, and yeah, so I did on Saturday night, I think. We had gone to Costco, and I did the tacos that night. Made ground beef for Sloppy Joe's, which we had tonight, and then I made meatballs. So those I can just throw with the spaghetti squash on whatever night we decide to do it. And from there, we'll have spaghetti squash and meatballs, and that actually might make 2 meals. I'm not sure. We'll see. So that's just kind of, I haven't done the meatballs before, and I haven't done big batching like that before, of making the 3 meals at one time. I kind of like it. It also is hard. I have back problems, like muscle stuff with my back, and so standing up for that long is hard. I might do it differently the next time and just see what happens. One of the things I wanted to talk about today was stewardship. And guys, I am so sorry. Usually on my videos, I have to edit out all my yawns, and it's kind of annoying. Sometimes I leave them in, so you're getting real me. So stewardship. I was talking with somebody who has been listening to me talk about stewardship because I've been talking about it a couple different times if you listen to my podcast, which is you can actually watch videos here on my YouTube channel, or you can catch my podcast, which is bit.ly/created for this pod for podcast. So she's been listening to my podcast, and she was like, we were talking about how she felt like she just needed to take a day off, having a day to work on house stuff, have a break from work, because the weekends are just crazy. And that's kind of what I was finding, was that the amount of time that we were spending doing things on the weekends was a lot, especially when you're trying to then go into the week and work and be top notch, which is why I was really thankful my husband was like, hey, let's take that day of rest, which I don't know if I've shared on videos, but I talked about it on Instagram, I think. He had suggested that we take a day and just rest, not working, and that's been really good because it helps kind of break up that work. So I had told her it's definitely necessary when you are stewarding your house and you're exerting effort to take that time to just take care of your house. So, and I talked about this morning my home days. My home days are simply just staying at home, not running errands, not having to worry about going anywhere. I don't even usually change out of my pajamas unless I'm doing some deep cleaning or going outside for a walk. So I just stay and I clean and I get stuff done. And that makes a big difference. When you are constantly having to perform and work and get everything done, it can just wear you out. So I highly recommend taking a day and working on your house. If you've got flexibility, if you're still working like a 9 to 5, you can still do this. I would just say no evening activities. Or you come home and you know what you need to clean. I clean my house on a rotating basis. So one weekend I do bathrooms, one weekend I do floors, and they alternate. Plus we pick up. I've been trying to pick up every day. It doesn't always happen. My house is kind of a mess right now. So that is how that happens. I also haven't been having consistent home days, and I've been going out and doing things on those home days that I'm not supposed to be doing. Plus, I've had 4 kids home. So those things combined all make a difference. But it's really just doing what you feel like you need to do. So I think that's kind of how I do that. And then the stewarding of the home, stewarding is just using what you have well and kind of using it well, I think is a good way to put it. So keeping it clean and picked up and maintained and taken care of, that's kind of how that works. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I had also talking about living from your mission and vision. And that kind of goes along with this stewardship. I want to steward everything that I've got. And so because of that, your mission and your vision will impact how you live. It will dictate where you move. And that's kind of the nice thing is once you set your goals and your values, you can live according to that, which is not always easy. But if you know that you want to steward things, or if stewardship is a value that you have, you can say, okay, this is my money. Like, I'm going to use my money well. I'm going to use my business well. I'm going to use my home well and really just guard those. So that's kind of how that works. And I'll go into depth on that another time, I think, because this has just hit 10 minutes. So I don't want to go too long and just make it hard for you guys to watch. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. If you want to catch more videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can see when I post my next one. I'm going to attempt to do early morning tomorrow. We'll see if I actually do that or if I end up doing it once I drop the kids off at school. But yeah, that's what I have. If you guys have questions, comments, go ahead and just leave me a comment, or you can send me a message on all the places and go from there. Thanks for watching and have a good night, guys.